We're here to talk about Rocksmith 2014 and you're watching Connected Digital World.
So, welcome. Would you like to tell us who you are and what exactly you do?
Yeah, people keep asking me that. So my name is Paul Cross. I'm the creative director of the studio at SF, which is Ubisoft San Francisco.
Great. And what are we here to talk about today then, Paul?
So we're going to talk a little bit about Rocksmith 2014.
Great. So Rocksmith, the first Rocksmith came out last year and was quite a big success actually. How did you guys react to that? Were you expecting it to be so popular?
Hoping. So it was a fun one. So Rocksmith actually came out 2 years ago in the States. It was a little delay, sorry about that, coming out to Europe and the rest of the world. This time you don't have to go through that. We're within a couple of days in the same week, just because of the days of the week that things release. The response to the first one was phenomenal. So we sold 1.5 million copies worldwide, which is nothing to be sneezed at, as any developer will tell you. And that was huge. It was better than some people thought. We were quietly confident, and I'll say why. And it's really simple, because we were learning to play guitar. So we found if the product's working for us, it's going to work for other people. It's not like other video games where, you're not, oh, I know how to do this level so I can beat it so I'm having fun. It was different. It was, you're having this experience learning a real musical instrument, which some of us had never done before, including myself, and now Higo and Jason Schroeder and some of these guys. So when we were making it, we could see these guys were learning, and we were all learning to play, and it was working, and we were able to play songs and starting to be able to talk about the guitar and play the guitar, and yeah. So we thought, if we can do it, then bloody hell, other people are going to be able to do it.
I mean, it sort of very quickly became sort of known as Guitar Hero for real. So I think that's quite a good thing, because obviously a lot of people were into Guitar Hero a few years ago, and along came Rocksmith and everyone went, oh, it's Guitar Hero again, but without, the plasticky guitar.
Without the fun.
But then people played it. and were a little bit surprised. Were you expecting that? Obviously you said you were hoping for that.
Also, Guitar Hero with a real guitar. Guitar Hero Rock Band, awesome. I spent a lot of my own money on those products. Many of us on the team, but we have a few people who worked on Guitar Hero and Rock Band, which people don't really know, but we do. So so there. But the funny bit was it was a bit of a misnomer. It wasn't really true. It's not really Guitar Hero with a real guitar. And I think we know our own identity a lot better going into Rocksmith 2014, because it's not about arcadey stuff. It's about learn to play the guitar. And all the tools and the way we've done things, really focusing on that. And then we said, hey, we've got a mode like Score Attack, which is literally, now it's fixed difficulty, and if you mess up, you fail, and you get kicked out of the song. And then that's back to the old school and the thing that we all kind of loved. But to do that, you need to be able to play the guitar, and that's different. So in the first game, they were a bit, and we got called out for it, and I think we felt it a little bit ourselves. We were trying to give you a scoring thing, and we were trying to give you a learning thing, and we put it all in one place. And then some of the other tools were over here somewhere completely different. But with Rocksmith 2014, the learning things are really clearly in one place. And then the competitive Guitar Hero with a real guitar, to use that term, is clearly in another place. So if you want to do that, you can go and compete on leaderboards. But if you want to learn to play the guitar first, we've got all the bits clearly identified.
And I think that's certainly something that makes a lot more people interested, that they can play a game and learn a skill at the same time. So it's not just, I know the sequences, I know, red, green, green, blue, blue, red. It's very much learn. In fact, that brings us nicely on to Rocksmith 2014.
But it doesn't make Guitar Hero or Rock Band any less valid.
Oh no,
because they were awesome. I mean, they're still awesome, and you still put it out at a party, but it's very, very different. I don't know how many parties you go to and you all go, hey, let's all pull out real guitars because we can all play, and then learning to play the guitar is quite a solitary experience, because you've put it the right way. Until this Rocksmith, I didn't want to play the guitar in front of people. I mean, like you guys, you've seen people demoing, and it was always someone else playing the guitar and me talking.
You did a good demo at Gamescom.
No, but that was this product.
Yeah.
Remember? And this time round, because I've been playing lots of Rocksmith, I can play a bit and I'm more confident to stand up and say, I'm okay to play in front of you. And I'll still mess up and still not, I'm still learning. But now I'm at a point where if you said, let's play multiplayer, okay, I don't feel so silly. I don't feel stupid. I don't need to be hiding away and still learning. I'm now able to play at a decent standard and enjoy it. But I'm still not sure that at a party I'd be like, turn off the music, I'm going to play guitar for you. Like, that's a few more years down the line.
That'd be Rocksmith 2016, wouldn't it?
That's not something I'm confirming right now.
So obviously that brings us nicely on to Rocksmith 2014. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the new version and what new features it has and why you guys went in the direction you're going in for the new version?
Okay, so a lot of things in Rocksmith 2014 are about fixing some things that weren't perfect and then adding further innovations. So what wasn't perfect? I mean, if you played the first one, you already know most of the answers. Loading. I mean, yeah, the game was loading all the time. Every time you finished a song, went to restart the song, it loaded. You wanted to get to riff repeater, you had to go through 4 menus, which were a different issue. And every single page seemed to load, and it was just, it was unfortunate. It was something that we couldn't fix. It took us 2 years. We had to build a sequel from the ground up to be able to fix those things. We didn't even really know at the beginning. We didn't know the importance of riff repeater. We didn't know. And with Rocksmith 2014, riff repeater is instant. So you press a button, it's there immediately, and it's fully customizable, and you can hop around in the song, and there's no loading, and that's huge. So that learning experience of removing the barriers, removing those things that just slowed you down, is just make it such a better product. And we talk about Rocksmith as the fastest way to learn guitar, and the only way that we can do it better, because we're talking about Rocksmith 1 was actually deemed the fastest way. And you think, bloody hell, if you cut out the half an hour in every hour that you were loading, that would make it twice as fast.
Twice as quick to learn.
So, I mean, that's what Rocksmith 2014 really does. And then you've got stuff like session mode, which, we've got all these amazing tools for getting you to play the guitar and understand, whether you're playing Scale Racer or Scale Warriors to learn to play scales. And then you can go into session mode and start to jam with a virtual band and learn to improvise, which again, we like to use the phrase that Rocksmith will not only teach you to play songs, at which point you could say you're a guitarist, but then you're going to learn to improvise and work with a band, at which point you're a musician, and that's a whole new level. And that side of the software is not available anywhere else. And it's not just an innovation in gaming, it's an innovation for music, and that's pretty exciting. So whether you're a complete newbie who's never touched a guitar, or you're actually already an accomplished musician, and you just want to have a virtual band to play with and noodle about with, Rocksmith 2014 has all of that.
Great. So how many songs does 2014 come with, out of the box?
There's over 50 on the disc. I really should be able to give an exact number, but I always get it wrong. It's a decent number. It's more songs than most people can actually retain and remember. But the number is really based around getting a good variety. So you got everything from Oasis and Arctic Monkeys for us Brits, through to the Iron Maidens, also for us Brits, and the Rolling Stones for us Brits. And
I'm detecting a theme and a pattern.
It's nice to be home for a little bit. So everything, Aerosmith, Americans, and Aerosmith, Arctic Monkeys, White Zombie, Slayer, Mastodon, a full range of music from heavy to light and back again. And just trying to find songs that you can recognise them and get an idea, and you think, I know how this is going to sound, but still challenge you. So you've got an ongoing time spent with a song. So in the first game we had an emphasis on easy songs, and a few people complained about that. But this time around we really tried to make sure that there was more to a song, so kind of deeper gameplay, if you like. So you're going to be challenged further. We easily have the hardest songs ever put into Rocksmith and the hard side of what's on the disc.
Excellent.
which aren't announced yet.
Unannounced yet, coming soon.
See why I'm really tentative when we talk about songs. Which ones will we announce?
Yeah, I can't tell you that one. So Miley Cyrus, is that the...
Party in the USA is one of the greatest songs ever written.
And you said that with a straight face.
I mean, you know how it goes too.
That's scarily I do.
See, and that's why it's genius. And you got to be careful how you knock music, because there's a reason why the music exists. And people that knock Miley Cyrus and then rave about the Beatles, you're kind of missing the point, because they're a pop band too. It's the same stuff, just different generations of it. No less valid. Doesn't mean it's necessarily something you have to be into or listen to every day, but I think having an appreciation and a rounded sense and understanding why something is good because it's catchy, because of this, doesn't mean you have to love it. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily respect it in a certain way. But what you should have the opportunity to do is understand why it exists and say, well, she's done alright for herself, young Miley, and there's a reason for that, and there's a reason why you and I both know how Party in the USA go.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
And yeah, maybe it feels like a drill to the skull, but that's, again, a personal preference, not a comment on the quality of it.
You can watch part 2 of this interview by clicking on the screen now. And why not watch the video we made last year, A Night Playing Rocksmith? And if you haven't subscribed to us, you can do so now by clicking on the link on the screen. Thanks for watching.